Welcome back. As you know, I am Eli, the computer guy, here for your daily dose of the RARs. And hold on one second. We gotta start our timer. Bringing the timer back. I have real work to do for Silicon Dojo. I don't have time to scream into a camera all day. So I'm putting a timer here to give me some time discipline so that we can knock these videos out and get to the work that needs to be done. And this is gonna go bad. Have you ever seen like a news article where you're like, this is going to end poorly? So this is coming from Al Jazeera, but that's simply because I could get this article from them for free. It actually started with the Wall Street Journal. U.S. forces stormed cargo ship traveling from China to Iran. So there's a cargo ship going from China to Iran. It apparently had dual-use equipment on it, equipment that could be used either for civilian purposes or for military purposes. We stormed it when Special Operations Forces grabbed that dual-use equipment and quite literally destroyed it. And I think this is interesting with the whole macro thing going on right now, and also the storyline. The storyline I've been kind of feeding you folks over the past number of months with this whole issue of I don't think the Western world takes China seriously enough, right? That basically there's this idea that we can do whatever we want to China, and China is just simply going to say, "I so sorry," right? We kick China man squarely in the balls, and then China man apologizes for his balls being in the way of our foot. "I'm so sorry your foot got hurt on my nutsack. My nutsack shouldn't have been there," right? And that's basically how China's been doing a lot of their foreign policy for many years, especially when it comes to the Western powers. Not necessarily in the Pacific region, but for most of the Western powers. And I think that's going to change. Why I get really concerned is we heard this with Nexperia, right? So Nexperia is this whole disaster going on in the Netherlands right now. And one of the things you heard from the Dutch minister is that the Dutch minister did not expect the retaliation that they got. Which was an interesting thing, right? It wasn't simply that we expected retaliation, we did not fully grasp the ramifications of the modern supply chain. Or we expected the retaliation, we thought we had mitigated the risks of the retaliation by doing X, Y, or Z. The interesting things with Karaman's, right? He literally came out and said, we weren't expecting the retaliation. Europe, the Western world feels that we should be able to seize a Chinese company, the headquarters of a Chinese company, basically take it using really obscure law, essentially lawfare, and that China is just going to smile and take it because that's what they've always done. And one of the things I try to remind people is that China man is, wait for it, actually a human being. And at some point, no matter how patient human beings are, they really do start to get pissed. And even, right, at the end of the day, all governments at the end of the day are some form of democracy, right? Even if you do have tyrants, even if you do have dictatorships, if enough people get pissed off all at the exact same time, they can burn shit to the ground. And so one of the issues that Xi is going to be dealing with over the next decade is what happens. What happens when you have a strong, proud people that have pulled themselves up by their bootstraps, that deserve respect, they genuinely do, simply people just fucking refuse to respect them. It's not simply like, look, I respect you, I just disagree with you. I respect you, but I can't allow you to do that. I respect you, but I've got to fight you. No, they're just not even doing the respect. Oops, got a little Roxy here. They just don't even want to do the respect. And my question is what the hell happens when China, Xi, or whoever else is in charge, basically has to start forcing the respect issue. So anyways, this is coming from Al Jazeera. U.S. forces stormed cargo ship. United States forces raided a cargo ship traveling from China to Iran last month, according to the Wall Street Journal, in the latest reported instance of the increasingly aggressive maritime tactics of the administration of U.S. President Donald Trump. Unnamed officials told the newspaper that U.S. military personnel boarded the ship several hundred miles from Sri Lanka, according to the report on Friday. It was the first time in several years U.S. forces had intercepted cargo traveling from China to Iran, according to the newspaper. U.S. Indo-Pacific Command did not immediately confirm the report. An official told the newspaper that they seized, quote, potentially potentially, it's always potentially, useful for Iran's conventional weapons. However, the official noted the seized items were dual use and could have both military and civilian applications. So this item could be used for the military, also could be used for civilian applications. We're just going to storm the ship, take the crap and burn it, because we want to make sure that we feel safe. Officials said the ship was allowed to proceed following the interdiction, which involved special operations forces. Iran remains under heavy U.S. sanctions. Neither Iran nor China immediately responded to the report, although Beijing, a key trading partner with Tehran, has regularly called the U.S. sanctions illegal. And I think this is going to be a bigger and bigger issue, right? There's this idea that the United States is the last superpower. And the problem is that we're basically using a club whenever we can use a club, right? If you use the US dollar, we have the right to say what you can use the US dollar on. If you use one of our ideas, if you use a product, right? If you buy an American drill, I can tell you what you're allowed to build and what you're not allowed to build, right? This whole thing with ASML and trying to restrict China from getting processors, right? It's not even simply that we don't want Nvidia to sell GPUs to China. We're literally restricting what can be sold to China because we saw out of the corner of our eye that product at some point in time, and so we believe we have the right to say what can or cannot be done with it, right? The idea that American Special Forces troops would storm a ship at sea, pull out quote unquote dual use equipment that's theoretically for conventional weapons. So they're not even saying this was for nukes, right? Maybe it was for nukes. They're saying this is for conventional weapons. That we have the right to storm ships at sea that basically have nothing to do with us, right? Imagine if Chinese special forces stormed an American ship at sea that was sailing to Israel. How would that go down? Probably not very well. And so the issue that we're going to get into, right, as we've seen with the seizing of Nexperia, as we're seeing now with storming Chinese ships, as we're seeing with so many other things, there is going to be the breaking point where China has to respond. If Xi does not respond, his people are going to see him as a little fucking bitch boy of the Yankee, and that's probably not going to end well for him. So at some point, whether he wants to or whether he doesn't want to, there will have to be a forceful pushback. And I wonder, basically, no, none of our politicians think it's going to happen. Right? When the bullets start flying, when the missiles start flying, they're going to be like, oh, we didn't think China was going to retaliate for our actions. We said our actions were legal, ergo, of course they were legal. And so we're going to see how far this is going to go going into the future, especially with all this technology stuff, right? This whole idea that anything that we've seen out of the corner of our eye, we have the right to control what is done with that. I don't think that is going to end particularly well for us, honestly, at the end of the day. So what do you think about this? What do you think about the ramping up, not just the rhetoric? At this point, it's not simply ramping up the rhetoric against China. What do you think about using actual military forces against China? Because think about this, right? If this is a ship going from China to Iran and we put special operations forces on it, that is using our military against China. That's literally what it is. Do you think this is a wise idea? Do you think this is a wise escalation when there's not really a conversation with the American people about what the hell we're doing and how far we're willing to go? It's amazing, right? Under the Trump administration, one of the big things I thought under the Trump administration was the end of military adventurism. And yet now we're using F-35s to blow up speedboats in Venezuela. We're confiscating tankers from Venezuela. We're sending special operations forces onto Chinese ships. That seems like the start of a hell of a lot of military adventurism. And there doesn't seem to be a lot of conversation with the American people about where this is going, two, what we can expect from any of this crap, and yeah. So what do you think about this? What do you think about the continued escalation between the United States and China? What do you think about using special operations, American special operations forces against China? Do you think this is going to end well? I don't know. Put your thoughts. Put your thoughts down below. Do remember I do these videos in order to support SiliconDojo.com, free to the end user hands-on technology education that empowers you to do whatever the hell it is you want to do in Durham, North Carolina, and coming back to Asheville, North Carolina. We're having a class on using something called the Moon Dream AI Vision Model. That is going to be coming up on Wednesday. We're doing another class on pushing AI to the edge with Raspberry Pis in another couple of weeks. If you're interested, take a look at SiliconDojo.com to see what our current schedule is. If you want to help support free to the end user education, there's a donor box link down below. And with that, oh, look at that. Look. Oh, a little over 10 minutes. A little over 10 minutes. We're gonna make these videos faster. We're gonna make these videos faster. That is my guarantee to you. Anyways, with that, see y'all later.